How are we getting on, people? Luke here from LAGFX. We are back today with a new Sunday sessions video. If you guys are new to this series, it's basically where we choose a few pairs that we feel hold good potential for the coming week. We break down some of the analysis we have performed to give you guys a better understanding on how we are looking at tackling these markets. If you have any questions with regards to today's video, please leave them in the comments below. And if you do go on to enjoy this video, don't forget to leave it a thumbs up. Now, there's a few pairs I'm going to go over in today's video. The first one being the Great British Pound to the Japanese Yen. So let's jump straight into it. As you can see, price has been providing us with clear bullish structure, clearing lows, breaking highs. This is a market that is predominantly bullish down to two reasons. The Great British Pound is seen as a major currency. It's a relatively strong currency. And the Japanese Yen is seen as one of those weaker currencies. So as a result, we already have a bias to the upside. With the Great British Pound being a base currency, we can expect that the value in comparison to the Japanese Yen is going to appreciate. So you can see here that we performed some analysis. Looking on the 1 hour time frames, we saw that price traded us down and into this area of demand. It's come to clear this area, breaking structure to the upside. The reason why we have confirmation of a break of structure to the upside is because the high that was set here created the lowest low. The lowest low being the one that traded into the demand zone. Since then, we have seen price go on to create higher highs. So this tells us two things. Supply has been removed from the market, demand has been introduced. So there's been a flip in the balance. We are now in favor of demand, and it's quite evident that we've seen that moving forward. So an opportunity to go long presented itself to us after we had the break of structure initially. However, we didn't manage to get involved straight away. Now, if you remember from last week's Sunday sessions video, I did suggest taking a long position from this area here. And this was based on the open being very strong and price trading goes down and into an area of demand. As you can see, this trade played out perfectly. This was a 1 to 22 RR trade. So for every 1% you're risking, there was a potential returns of 22%. What I'll do is I will show the clip from last week's Sunday sessions video just to kind of highlight that this analysis was provided. What we want to see now is a new higher high form, breaking the previous high that was set in the market. So in order for us to get involved in this market, we need to find a valid area of interest for price to trade down and into. Well, we go down to the 30 minutes. You can see here that I have marked out an order block for us to get involved from. Now we can see that price has traded into this area of an order block, but we would like to see price actually clear 50% of the order block before reversing to the upside. So as you can see there, the analysis we performed in last week's Sunday sessions played out to a T, and it's great to see that some of the VIP clients took full advantage of this trade, and some of you guys here watching this video. So if anything, this is just further confirmation that these videos hold a lot of weight and can provide you with some amazing trading opportunities. It's important that you guys take note of the zones and areas I'm giving you, and you listen carefully to the analysis and the bias that I have for these markets, because as a result, you could be placing positions just like this. So now that we have an understanding on the bias, now that I've kind of run through the trade from last week, how can we look to tackle this market this coming week? You can see that price has actually come to liquidate an entire area of demand, leaving us a nice wick here, followed by a big push to the upside. So this tells me that there is a large influx of demand, and I am now wanting to see price actually continue trading us higher. So I'm led to believe that this here was the corrective wave that followed after the previous impulsive wave. The previous impulsive wave being the trading opportunity that presented itself to us last week. So now that I feel the correction has finished, and we have confirmation of that due to the fact that price has broken structure to the upside, we can begin looking for those long positions. So what do? Well, we look at the impulsive wave that broke the structure, which is from here to here. We try to find any areas of interest that price may come to trade down and into. Well, there's one that displays itself quite clearly here, that price has just come to trade down and into. So, very similar situation to last week. I believe that on the open, we are going to see a new rally to the upside. The only thing that's making me quite hesitant to this is the fact that we are still seeing some signs of weakness in demand as price is and closed trading us lower. So if you were to get involved this coming week, I would be tempted to just wait patiently for further confirmation, maybe for a break in this high first, and then get involved on the next fractal correction. And then we can look to really drive this price higher. We could look to set our take profit just below the last high that was created, higher time frame high. Why? Because it guarantees that our take profit can be achieved. Now, our stop loss would be set just below the area of demand that we get involved from. Why? Because that area of demand should be protecting our entry point, and should price trade below that, we don't want to be involved in this market anyway, as that would tell us that this market is still trading us in a bearish way. So a position may look something like this. Me personally, I will be waiting for breaking this high and getting involved in the next correction, just so I kind of got that confluence there, and to ultimately avoid getting involved in this market preemptively. So that's my analysis for the Great British Pound to the Japanese yen. It'll be interesting to see how price plays out this week. Heading over to the euro US dollar, you can see here that price has traded perfectly into areas of demand, reacted very well. We've had breaks of structure to the upside. So we are constantly being delivered with confirmation that this market is trading us in a bullish way, and there doesn't seem to be any slowing down in this. Now you can see that I've marked out a potential trading opportunity for the coming week. My reasoning for this is because we've had our break of structure to the upside after the penetration of the demand zone. Price has broken structure as it's broken above the last high that was created within the bearish correction, giving us confluence and confirmation that the correction is finished and the new impulsive wave is ready to take place. Unfortunately, the opportunity was missed to get involved here on Thursday of last week. However, doesn't mean to say that we can't get involved this coming week in some long positions. So what I've gone ahead and done is marked out a fair value gap for us. And you can see here that price has come to trade nicely into the 50% mark of this fair value gap. I'd love to see price now begin trading us higher, going on to set those new highs. Getting involved in this market would mean that we need to set our stop loss just below the low that's been created here. And ideally, I want to be setting my take profit just below the last higher time frame high that was created. Why? As I said, with the Great British Pound to Japanese yen trade, guarantees that our take profit can be achieved. Why does it guarantee that our take profit can be achieved? Because as you see here, when we draw out our path, we want to see clear bullish structure, right? So if we have the bias on the higher time frames that this market is trading us in a bullish way, we expect that this high here should be broken to create a new higher high. So by us setting our take profit just below this guarantees that it's going to be achieved, as ideally this market should be going on to create a new higher time frame high in the market. So this is my setup for the euro US dollar this coming week. As we come down to the 30-minute time frames, we can obviously neaten things up. We can see here that there is a fractal area of demand here, a hidden order block, that I'd love to see price come to clear before continuing to trade us higher. Now, as you can see, we can really begin to refine our entry, refine our stop loss, and stretch that take profit, which as a result gives us an amazing risk reward return. So if I just get my path tool out, you can see that when I see price trade down and into this, break structure to the upside, pull back, and then that's when we look to get involved in this market. The break of structure here will confirm the end of the fractal correction that's taking place at the moment, and then we are simply getting involved in that new impulsive wave. So that right there is my analysis for the euro US dollar. That's my setup for this week. Be interesting to see how price plays out. So just to finish off on gold, this is a market that I analysed in last week's Sunday sessions. This is a market that we've well and truly rinsed this past week. It's generated us with some crazy profits. And the analysis that I provided in last week's Sunday sessions played out to a T. We just scroll to the left here. I said that I wanted to see price trade up and into this area of interest here before trading us lower. Price did exactly that. It came to clear this area of supply and we saw price take a move to the downside. Take profit was achieved back end of Wednesday of last week, generating us with 22% for every 1% risked, which is absolutely amazing. I also had this area of demand marked out as I wanted to see price react from this, generating us with the next higher time frame impulsive wave. Again, we have been delivered with confluence that price is ready to do this. If we look here on the 15-minute time frames, we have had a break in the higher time frame breaker structure. We have had a break in the higher time frame structure, which suggests to us that price is ready to put in this higher time frame bullish wave to the upside. Price has simply pulled back now initially into an area of interest. We've looked at the impulsive wave that broke the structure. We found the area of interest. Price has come to clear this, and we got involved in a position on Friday, taking price to the upside. Now, what are my thoughts this coming week? Well, best believe we are still in on this position, and I will be holding this long position this coming week, as I do believe price is going to continue trading in that direction. We can see here that fractally there is an area of demand that price is coming to clear at the moment. I believe that will be cleared come the open later on tonight before a continuation to the upside. Everything within this analysis is pointing to longer term bullish structure. Now, to add to this, we also understand that gold is a precious metal, and it's a metal that's constantly appreciating as the supply of this is diminishing and the demand is ultimately increasing. So this is a market that I am really looking forward to trading this coming week. It's a market that I've not really traded for a very long time, just with how uncertain it's been over the course of the past 6 to 12 months. However, now that things are starting to settle, this market has been very nice to trade. Now, that's going to summarize this Sunday sessions video. Only gone over 3 pairs. These are the 3 pairs that I'm really concentrating on at the moment and that I feel hold good potential for the coming week. As I said at the start of the video, if you have any questions or queries with regards to the analysis I've gone through today, please leave them down in the comments below. And if you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave it a thumbs up. Now, I just want to say a massive thank you for watching. I'm wishing you all a profitable week this coming week, and I'll catch you all in our next Sunday sessions video.